What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video because the L'Equipe, one of the biggest French newspapers, are reporting that Bryan Mbeumo is wanted by Liverpool FC. He is a fantastic winger with a lot of Premier League experience, so we will look at the latest reports and we will look at Bryan Mbeumo's career and statistical numbers and how he would fit in at Liverpool. And he said, I would like to play in the biggest competitions at the best clubs. So Bryan Mbeumo is ready to leave Brentford amid interest from Liverpool. So according to a report from the L'Equipe newspaper, Bryan Mbeumo, who is 24 years old, is attracting interest from clubs like Newcastle and Liverpool. And Mbeumo joined Brentford back in 2019 when they were in the Championship for a €60 million fee, and he has established himself as one of the best and most consistent goal scorers in the Premier League. And Mbeumo is open to leave Brentford after 5 years at the club. He's at a turning point in his career. He's at the perfect age to join a big club and to make the next step in his career. He said, I've spent 5 years at Brentford, at a club that has allowed me to grow and pass a milestone. But yes, I would like to play in the biggest competitions at the best clubs. It is tantalizing to see some big clubs interested in me. So we will see what happens in the summer. But basically that opens the door for Liverpool and other clubs to make bids for Bryan Mbeumo, and Brentford is bracing themselves for bids for Ivan Toney and Mbeumo, two of their biggest stars, because Brentford have established themselves as a decent Premier League club, but they are always mid-table or fighting against relegation, and it's really difficult for them to make the next step because they just don't have the financial muscle to give the contracts that Toney and Mbeumo would earn at the big clubs, and also they can't sign, players that could help propel them into top 6 contention because of the financial limitations. And Mbeumo has established himself as one of Brentford's most important players in recent seasons, scoring 50 goals and getting 42 assists in 200 games for the club. And being just 24 years old, he's at the perfect age. He's about to hit the peak years of his career in the next 5 years, and he has scored 9 goals and got 6 assists in 25 appearances in the Premier League for Brentford, which is pretty decent. He had a couple of injury problems. He's worth around €40 million. His contract expires in 2 years, so Brentford can maximize selling him for the most amount of money if they sell him right now, because if they sell him next summer when he's only have 1 year left on his contract, then they would have to sell him for lower than his original value. Plus also, you don't want to keep an unhappy player at the club who wants to leave. The whole model of Brentford is to buy young players, develop them and sell them on for a profit, and then you can of course keep buying young players and develop them as well. So as you can see, he started the season pretty well, scoring 4 goals in the first 4 games of the Premier League, but then in December he suffered an ankle injury where he had to miss a large chunk of the Premier League season. And last season he had an even better season, playing 39 games in total, scoring 9 goals and 8 assists, and last season he didn't have any injuries. As you can see, he played every single game of the Premier League season, so that gives me confidence that Bryan Mbeumo is not really an injury prone player. Let's go back one more season, and this is why I love this website, the Transfermarkt website, where you can look at every player. Bryan Mbeumo has been very inconsistent. 8 goals and 7 assists 2 seasons ago in 38 games. He hasn't missed a lot of games in the Premier League. He was not in the squad for only 2 games. So apart from this season where he missed a large chunk of the season with an ankle injury, he has been very consistent, almost always available for Brentford, and being available is very important. And in the Championship he was absolutely tearing up. He was 21 years old at this time, 49 games, 8 goals and 13 assists. He helped Brentford get promoted to the Premier League, and wow, they didn't lose a lot of games throughout the whole season, which is really remarkable. They went unbeaten from the beginning of March until the end of the season. And he also has 11 games and 2 goals for the Cameroon national team as well. And here you can see his overall record in the Premier League: 22 goals and 21 assists in 98 games. But in a better team, because Brentford with our bottom half side in a better team with better players, Mbeumo could probably become an even more prolific player with more goals and more assists. And the Daily Express newspaper is reporting that Liverpool are battling for the signature of Bryan Mbeumo, but I think if we go in for Mbeumo and we are getting a rival bid from Newcastle, then Mbeumo would join Liverpool instead of Newcastle. And the Express is reporting that Liverpool are looking at the market for an attacker, which was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano as well. They want to boost Arne Slot's chances of finding success in his debut season. After spending so much money on the midfield last season, we signed Dominic Soboslai, McAllister and Endo. I think Liverpool are looking to sign a centre-back and an attacker as a priority, and Mo Salah needs a backup brilliant right winger, and Mbeumo is like 8 years younger than Salah, so he could be maybe in the future our main right winger if he develops and gets better. I think Mbeumo can become a 15 goal and 15 assist a season right winger as a starter at Liverpool. Right now maybe he's not at that level, he's just one level below that, but we have seen many times this trend that Liverpool sign a player for 30, 40, 45 million and they go on to the next level. It happened with Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, Diogo Jota, Cody Gakpo, Luis Diaz as well. And Mbeumo is very versatile. The Coat of Side, the website, is reporting that Liverpool are eyeing up a move for Mbeumo, who contributed with 16 goal contributions to Brentford staying up. And it is no secret that Liverpool need to bring in attacking reinforcements, and signing a versatile attacker like Mbeumo could prove to be a very wise decision because he can play in a variety of positions. So as you can see, last season he played right wing and centre forward for Brentford. Sorry, this season that just finished, but the season before that he played as a second striker, as a centre forward and as a right winger. And if you go further back, in his first Premier League season after Brentford got promoted, a similar story, but in the Championship where Mbeumo had his best and most prolific season, scoring 8 goals and 13 assists, he was playing left wing, left midfield, centre forward, second striker and right wing as well. So he was playing in a lot of different positions. And if we go back one more season, he had an even better season at the Brentford in the Championship. 17 goals and 8 assists in 49 games in all competitions, and Brentford lost in the playoffs in the end, and he played left wing and right wing in those seasons as well. And in his last season in France, playing for Troyes in the French second division, he had 11 goals and 4 assists in 40 games, playing mainly as a right midfielder, but he also played right wing, second striker, left wing, so a lot of different positions. I love that you can check how many goals and assists he got in each position, and as a second striker he got 4 goals and 1 assist in 10 games, which is really, really good ratio. And Mbeumo's record over the last 3 seasons paints the picture of a player that is ready to make the next step in a big club. His consistent goal scoring and ability to perform at really good level, at the highest level basically. The Premier League is the most competitive league in the world, and he is very professional. He is very good behaving on the pitch and off the pitch. I haven't seen any controversy surrounding Bryan Mbeumo. And the prospect of joining Liverpool and playing in the Champions League would be absolutely terrific. And also Newcastle aren't even in Europe. After Man United won the FA Cup, they knocked Newcastle out of Europe and they relegated Chelsea to the Conference League instead of the Europa League, which I found it funny, to be honest. And of course Man United having more games next season is actually a good thing in my opinion, because they can't just concentrate on the league. And then Mbeumo said, going abroad very young is never easy, in an unfamiliar environment, new language. Even though I had an academic foundation, it wasn't easy at the beginning, but you get used to it. The first time I came to visit the Brentford facilities, I was in the old stadium with the pubs at each corner of the ground. It was against Birmingham and it was an incredible atmosphere. I was immediately won over. And he said, I have qualities in one-on-one scenarios that I haven't fully exploited yet. I must be even more deadly, more decisive with my final ball too. So he wants to get more assists and more goals. I also know how important it is to work on things myself away from the training pitch. I set up programs with the sports coach. I'm following a virtual reality program that allows me to improve my cognitive abilities. You have to be ready for the seasons to come. So I love that about Mbeumo, that he tries to improve all aspects of his game and of his life as well. So here is his full career in numbers. I already told you the goals and assists in each of his seasons, but here seeing it in full is actually very, very good and very impressive that he has been a very consistent player. As I said, this is the only season where he missed a big chunk of the season with injury. He missed 13 games with injury in the Premier League, which is still like not terrible, not great, but apart from that, he has been ever present, you know, in everywhere where he played. Basically, when he started, he was banging in the goals at every opportunity. But of course, it's up to the Liverpool data analysis team to decide what to do and which player to pick out from the very extensive list that we have of attacking players, right wingers, and I will keep trying to give you guys the latest updates about who Liverpool are linked with at every possible, you know, opportunity I get. When there is a new story, I want to bring it to you guys. So make sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and of course, stay subscribed to keep up to date with the Liverpool FC news. And it looks like Liverpool could offer a new contract to Conor Bradley before Arne Slot has even looked at him, because the reports coming from England are that Liverpool are ready to offer the 20-year-old a new contract. Liverpool want to tie him down to a new long-term contract because he has absolutely burst onto the scene. When Conor Bradley got injured, we put Conor Bradley in, and he has been absolutely sensational. He scored a brilliant goal against Chelsea. He was the man of the match in that game where Liverpool wiped the floor with Chelsea 4-1, and he played a very integral part in helping Liverpool finish in the top 4, and Liverpool have a lot of faith in him. And Conor Bradley has been consistently talked up by Jurgen Klopp himself and Pep Ynders, and Pep Ynders even said that he would maybe one day like to sign him for RB Leipzig in the future if he becomes a manager there. Of course, Ynders goes to Red Bull Salzburg, but they are sister clubs or brother clubs with Leipzig, so he could go to Leipzig in the future. And of course, it will be a big question of what Arne Slot does with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Does he bring him to midfield permanently, or does Trent stay at the right back? Conor Bradley will get a lot of games because Liverpool will play a lot of games in the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup. I think Conor Bradley should stay at Liverpool for many, many years to come, and he is from the Liverpool Academy, so he is a big Liverpool fan as well, of course, growing up as a kid supporting Liverpool. So hopefully he stays at Liverpool for many years, and this new contract is very well deserved for Conor Bradley, so I'm really happy for him. And that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, good day.